the mic on?
Testing.
All right.
Should I put that on our list of things?
Oh, yeah.
I'll just hold it. I'll hold it.
It was swinging over there when you do that, right?
Hello, can I get everybody's attention, please? We're about to start.
Hi, Gerald.
Hey, good to see you.
Good afternoon, Minister Kawakami, Secretary Abe, and Secretary Nakanishi. And to our special guests, families, and friends, thanks to those also that are joining us virtually today. I'm Colonel Retired Danielle No Robinette, Vice President of the Japanese American Veterans Association. I will be serving as the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. On behalf of the Japanese American Veterans Association and the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation, I would like to thank you for joining our 2025 Veterans Day Observance Ceremony to recognize all those who have served honorably in the defense of our freedoms and for theirs and their families' sacrifices throughout this great nation's history. A special note, this event has been selected by the Veterans Day National Committee, which is part of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, as one of the, quote, Veterans Day observances throughout the country that represents a fitting tribute to America's heroes. At this time, we'd like to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Lieutenant Justin Ninomiya will lead us in the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Justin?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Work the game. Work with me here. Just want you to check.
Today's first speaker is Howard High, U.S. Army veteran and president of the Japanese American Veterans Association, a co-sponsor of today's event. Howard?
Thank you, Danielle. This is really cold out here. I won't speak and keep you out here too long. But I just want to really thank everybody that come out today. It's in spite of all this cold. The one thing I want to really point out, the one thing important that this is at a National Japanese American Memorial. However, I think we need to really stress more so on making sure this is an American history event for everybody. And it's also international because the World War II needs to say soldiers fought and served overseas and helped people get liberated from fascism. And I was in France last October and met with Frenchmen who were very, very appreciative, not just Frenchmen, French people, families, kids, and they learn in school. Sounds like they do actually learn more about us than Americans do. And hopefully I could change that. And we'll work toward that. But try to spread the word that this is American history that we are trying to present to everybody. Thank you very much. Okay?
Thank you, Howard. Next, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Al Goshi, U.S. Army retired, a board member for the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation, the other co-sponsor of today's event, and also a dedicated Java member.
Thank you.
This is a fine day to be out training, we would say in the Army. Happy Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, and thank you for coming out to support this event. On behalf of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation, I'd like to thank our guest speaker, our distinguished guests from the Japanese Embassy, our representative of the Armed Forces of France, who happens to be here on an educational tour, and each and every one of you, veterans, family members, and patriots alike, to celebrate this event here at this sacred place, this memorial to patriotism during World War II. And I think the enduring lesson that I always try to remember when I come to events here is that this memorial represents both individual and community action. And what do I mean by that? During World War II, members of our community who were incarcerated, who faced great injustice at the hands of our government, endured great suffering, and yet individuals in that community did many things to show patriotism towards the United States. So that's what this memorial, in my mind, represents to me. 25 years ago, this memorial itself was dedicated just a few days, more than 25 years from today. Hopefully not in as cold weather, but that ceremony itself was a culmination of individual action from people who were motivated to go out and fundraise, to advocate, to persuade others to join in a corporate effort to design, build, and to dedicate this memorial to the actions of what we just described in World War II. Today, we're faced with great adversity on many fronts. We as individuals, if we commit to action, if we commit to doing what is right, doing the harder right rather than the easier wrong in the face of difficulties, then we can support our community and enable our community to have its voice heard on behalf of Japanese Americans, Asian Pacific Islanders, Black Americans, anyone who is suffering from the injustice of particular government actions or societal prejudice like those that our community faced in World War II. That's, to me, the call to action that this memorial symbolizes. And so thank you again for coming out. I look forward to hearing the remarks from our esteemed Vietnam War veteran, because every individual's actions build to create a community reputation. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Al. Our keynote speaker today is U.S. Army Vietnam veteran and peace advocate Takeshi Tak Furumoto, our co-chair of the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation and Java executive, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Nakagawa, will introduce our keynote speaker. Mark?
Thank you all. Good afternoon. As Al said, it's a great day to be an American in this great weather, great Army training weather. Hula. And as we also say in Hawaii, aloha. We are very fortunate today to have Mr. Takeshi Furumoto as our keynote speaker. 2025 marks special historic there's events. 250 years ago, the great U.S. Army was born. 80 years ago, the end of World War II and the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki occurred. 50 years ago, the Vietnam War ended. 25 years ago, as Al mentioned, this memorial opened up. TAC has touched every one of the events I just mentioned. No, he's not 250 years old, but he was commissioned a U.S. Army officer, intelligence officer. 2, after the end of World War II, his family moved back to Hiroshima after the atomic bombing. 3, he served in the Vietnam War honorably. And 4, he was born in Tule Lake and is a veteran who served like most of us did here on the shoulders of the men of the 1 Puka Puka, the 442nd, and the MIS, Military Intelligence Service. In New Jersey and New York, TAC is a one-man advocate for the legacy of Japanese American soldiers. He goes out to schools and other places invited to make sure that the history and the legacy of the Japanese American during World War II is not forgotten. So, in that respect, it is my honor and humility that I introduce to you our guest speaker today, First Lieutenant Tak Furumoto. Tak.
Boy, this little munchkin, he made me into Incredible Hulk. He took all my speech away. But anyway, happy Veterans Day. And it is an honor to be here. You know, this particular place, as Mark mentioned, has a profound meaning. As our family has served, in prison in Tule Lake. They were at the Assembly Center in San Antonio Racetrack to Arkansas and Lower. And they voted on a question 2728, no, would you serve in military service? He said no because he lost everything. And would you disavow Emperor of Japan? His parents were in Japan. He could never do that. So I was born in Tule Lake. So I am a no baby. But anyway, again, I really appreciate you coming in such a cold day. I tried to make my speech short. But you know, November 2nd, 2011, when they had a ceremony to honor all the Nisei soldiers of 442nd 100th Battalion and military intelligence, they were awarded the gold medal by Congress, the highest honor a civilian could receive as a military honor. But at that time, I had a journey together with Java. That's the time Terry Shima had recruited me to join Java. And here I am today being able to speak in front of you. But today is a very special day for all the Americans. It is a day where American patriotism and defense about this country, and this is the soul of America, and we should really honor it. And before I do, I'd like to honor my wife, who had helped me. She nursed me, and she had supported me financially when I came back from Vietnam with PTSD, and also later I was diagnosed with Agent Orange, and she made me whole. Nami, please come up. On this Veterans Day, you know, us returning soldiers get all the credit. Really, spouse and their wives should get credit because they support us to make us whole again. And I want to thank you very dearly. And her family also was in prison, Turtle Lake. Her grandfather died in Turtle Lake, and her parents were married in Turtle Lake. But anyway, today I just wanted to honor my wife. We've been married 54 years. I don't know how we did it, but she has supported me. Today we have French officer. You know, in Vietnam, I served with the CIA a program called Phoenix, same program you had supported, and I know how French and also American fought hard, but we could not win. But we did hard. Work hard. But it is this ideal that makes America great. And you know what's happening in America today, but we endured. I remember going to this ceremony when the Japanese American Nisei received the award. I sat together with a gentleman who served together with Senator Inoue, and he had evolved. He became one of the greatest leaders in America. Also, I sat together with somebody from Alaska. He served in Marauder in South Africa. And he told me he needed 3 guards so that he would not be killed by his own men. But really, Japanese American youth went through a lot to fight for this country. And today, we like to honor them. It is getting cold, so I think I'm going to stop here. But again, Mark, thank you very much for introducing me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Fellow military intelligence officer. And it was very, very important part is mentioning your wife. I think very important. Veterans depend a lot on spouses and family members. Without them, it becomes a very difficult task to be a soldier, right? A military member. But thank you for mentioning that. I think we need to continuously stress that. We need to have our families. So Veterans Day is not necessarily for service members. It's for all of us who are involved in the military. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the Java and the National Japanese American Memorial Foundation, I would like to present you a duplicate or a large version of the Global Broke stamp. Hopefully many of you have already seen this, but it's memorial in the sense for what we try to, it's used to inspire current and future generations about the honor, patriotism, sacrifice. Thank you very much. Right? Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, we'll begin the presentation of the wreath. Our honored guests, Tak Furumoto and French Colonel Ushida, He is visiting us from the Army War College, so that's really special. Thank you for coming and to our ceremony today. They will present the wreath on this very special occasion, followed by taps and then the playing of God Bless America.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in April of 1980, Operation Eagle Claw was about to be executed. It was an operation to rescue the Iran hostages. Delta Force was created to conduct this hostage rescue. One of our intrepid members, Wade Ishimoto, was part of building Delta Force, and he was also part of that mission. And one of the things Wade tells us is that before they went on the mission, they sang the song "God Bless America." And many years ago, when Wade was here, and he would come up here and he would sing "God Bless America" in honor of the veterans and their family, and for those men and women that served with him in Operation Eagle Claw. So, in honor of Wade and all veterans, past and future, please join me in singing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains, through the prairies, through the ocean, white as snow. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you all.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Furamoto, for your incredible voice in the community and continued dedication to the veterans and the Japanese-American experience. I hope that all of you enjoyed our program today. A big thanks to all of you who helped put this all together. We couldn't have accomplished this without you. And without this incredible community's charitable support, to honor the people who have helped and continue to help preserve our freedoms. Thank you for attending our event and continue to pass on the messages heard today. Have a very happy rest of your Veterans Day. But before we conclude, I just wanted to ask Howard, do you have any other announcements?
No, nothing right there.
No? Mr. Gochi, any announcements? Okay, thank you so much for attending and have a great day.